Hello everybody, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Dima, and in today's video we are going to be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful two-piece set that you see me putting on right now. So if this is something you are interested in, you definitely want to hit on that subscribe button. Keep on watching and let's get started with this video. So we are going to be starting with the bubble top. I have my fabric here and I cutted out the piece of fabric that I folded into two, border to border, as you can see here. So I'm going to be cutting out the top first. So fold it border to border first and then fold it again to make it a fold into four, like you can see I've done here. I went ahead to iron it out as well. That is why it looks very neat like this. So you are going to have one side, when you count it will be 4 like this. The area that has the border would also be 4 like this. Then you will have this side here that is not open at all. This is where you will use as the center front and center back, and then you have this side where you are going to be using as our shoulder. So the first thing I'm going to do is to go in with half of my shoulder measurement, and half of my shoulder measurement is 8 inches, which is 16 inches divided by 2. And after doing that, I will extend from the shoulder measurement to the length of which I want the sleeve to be, because this is like a bubble top, so it is going to be a cut together sleeve. So once you're through with that, the next thing we are going to be doing is to work on the neckline. So we are going to be using the back neckline to cut out the front and the back as well. So I will go in by 2.5 inches here, and then I'm going to come down by about 1.5 inch for the neck depth, and I'll just connect both of them like this to give me a little round neckline. Once you're through with this, you're just going to come back to the line you make earlier for the sleeve, and you come down with how wide you want the sleeve to be. Mine, I did about 11 inches and I connected it with my ruler. Once you're done with how wide you want your sleeve to be, just come down to the center of your pattern, and then you are going to go in by your bust measurement divided by 4. So my bust measurement divided by 4 is 10 inches, and I'll be adding extra 4 inches to it because remember it's a free crop top, and it also depends on how free you want it to be. So once I'm through with that, I'm just going to connect it down to the length of the top and back to the sleeve, and I'm just going to curve it this way. Next thing you're going to do is from your shoulder, you're going to measure to the length of this top, and I did that, and now mark a straight line. Mine, I did 25 inches. Remember that at the end of the day, the back is going to be longer is going to be longer from the front, and after doing that, I just went ahead to trim it out with my scissors, following the lines that I marked earlier. And here we go, we are done drafting it out basically. So if I should open it up like this, you'll notice that we've cut the back and the front the same time, but currently everything has the back neckline. So what I'm going to do is to open up everything and arrange the neckline just the same way you've seen me arranging it, and like this, so that I can cut out the front part of the neckline separately. Okay, make sure it's the neckline area that you are going to be cutting on. So once you've done this, I'm going to now go ahead from the neck width, just cut out the neckline like you see I've done here, all the way down. So this is now going to give me an opening at the front. So from the shoulder, when you arrange your kimono, you have it looking like this. Now it's looking like a kimono, right? But we are going to cover it up later. So now the next thing we are going to do is to come to the sleeve area, and we are going to fold the edges of the sleeve. So it's very simple, and it's going to fold it in like this once and then fold again. And I'm just going to go ahead and pin it down and head over to the sewing machine and just stitch down this place that I'm pinning down on both sides. So I will do it on this side that I'm pinning down and on the other side of the sleeve as well. So when this area is stitched down on the sewing machine, I'm just going to go ahead and then stitch down the sides and do the same thing on the other side as well. So once you're done stitching down the side, you should have it looking like this. So it looks like a free kimono. So you have the sleeve area stitched around and then the side stitched neatly. Now it's time to work on our neckline. Remember what you cut out of your neckline earlier, how wide it is. That is how wide the band that you're going to be cutting out for the neckline will be. Now for the length of the band, you are going to measure from one end of the front of the neckline all the way through to the back, just like you see me doing, and then measure all the way through to the other side of the front. So for the length, I will need about 60 inches. So when you fold it, it should be as wide as what you cutted out from the neckline earlier. With the band in a fold, you determine how wide you want your neckline to be. In my own case, I use 14 inches, which is 14 multiplied by 2, 28 inches. And this is how it's looking when I was just sewing it on the sewing machine, following the ghetto line I marked earlier. You can see how that is looking like a collar when I open it up like this. So I'll just go ahead right now to pin it round the neckline of my crop top in a fold like this. I'll pin it round the neckline, but before then I'm going to determine the center of this neck by folding it into two. Then I'll make a notch with my scissors. After doing that, I'll go ahead to pin it around the neckline, then before going over to my sewing machine to sew with the pin as the guide. Pin it carefully. After pinning it on this other side, you have to turn it to the other side as well to pin. And this is how it's looking after pinning, even without sewing. You can see how neat it's already looking. So I'll just head over to the sewing machine now to stitch it down, and this is how beautiful it's already turning out. So the next thing I'm going to do from here now is to go up from the front of this crop top by 4 inches, and I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to trim it out with my scissors. After trimming it out, I'm going to fold the hem of this for both the front and the back, and I'll also do the same for the side as well, so that it will come out neat. And this is how it's looking when I was done folding it in. The next thing I'm going to work on from here now is the pocket. The pocket is a funny one, but it's just giving this boo crop top a different look. So for the length of this pocket, I did 11 inches, that is including the sewing allowance, and for the width I did 8 inches. I used the pieces I cut out from this top for this pocket, because what is the need of wasting extra material where you have something that you can put together and use. After taking the measurement, I went ahead to cut it out with my scissors. So I'm just going to go ahead to fold the opening of this pocket. First of all, I'm going to make a first fold and then a second fold as well, and I'm going to, after doing that, I sew this side as well, and I'm just going to place it like this on my crop top, and I'll go over to my sewing. I will first of all pin it, hold it down with my pin, the side that I'm going to be stitching, this side and this other side as well. And I'm just going to head over to my sewing machine to sew both sides, and also I'll attach it also on the opening of the pocket to the crop top. And this is how beautiful our crop top is looking. I hope you're able to get something from this video. Please do not forget to hit on that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you'll be the first to be notified when next I upload a video, and also share this video to your friends so that they will also grab something from here. And for the pants of this crop top, I'm going to be sharing it in my next video. Please don't forget to watch it. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.